Welcome to Peri-Pigs, the podcast where two perimenopausal besties, Veronica Pig and Penelope Pig, survive hot flushes, brain fog and midlife mayhem together, one oink at a time.
So if you've laughed, cried or screamed at absolutely nothing this week, you're in the right sty. Let's oink about it. Hi everybody! Hello.
Hello, it's Friday.
Oh, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Happy Friday, Penelope Pig.
Oh, happy Friday, Veronica.
We made
Pig.
it. Yeah, we made it. So I wanted to start off today by saying, so when we spoke last week, you were on your health mission, your wellness mission.
The 4-week self-care pre-holiday plan.
Yes.
That one.
How's it been going? I've been dying to know what's been going on.
Oh, not as well as I'd hoped. I'd hoped. So when we spoke last week and we talked about our illnesses, and I had the problem with the shoulder, the muscle, I've had a bit of a problem with that still. So that stopped me from being probably as physically self-carey. Is that even a word? I can't even think of
let's
the grammar.
Make it a word. Yeah,
physically
we can go with that.
self-carey.
Yeah.
This week, which is really frustrating. I did manage to get some sort of stuff done at the weekend. I had a couple of little walks. We had the 4-day weekend. So that gave me a little bit of time, which was quite nice.
Are you all out of kilter? Because I certainly am.
I'm all out of sync. I'm all out of routine because you have a 4-day weekend. It's a little bit like Christmas, but without the decorations, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
It's a bit like Christmas, a little bit less turkey, more chocolate. And you have this 4-day, which for those of us that are lucky enough that 4-day means a 4-day weekend where you don't work, it's wonderful. But my God, it puts you out of kilter the best of times. When you're a Peri-Pig, that's it, you're doomed. Because I don't know what day of the week it is
normally,
generally in life.
Same, yeah.
Add a long weekend onto that.
And you have no idea.
You've got no idea.
But isn't it wonderful when you wake up and it's Friday, but you kind of think it's Thursday or
oh my
Wednesday
God, it's
still.
wonderful.
Oh, it's so nice.
It's such a good feeling. So yes, I did get a couple of nice things done last weekend that I would call some nice mental self-care. Catching up with my cousin, catching up with my friends, having some coffees, having a bit of a laugh, things like that. Really nice. And then Sunday I went into, the pits of doom. You know, when you go into that unwelcome, completely non-misunderstood, woke up on Sunday morning, vile. Life itself was no pleasure, hated myself, hated today, hated life, felt miserable.
I had the same because I know we were messaging about this and you said you were really, you'd gone downhill.
Low mood. I'd gone down fast.
Yeah, down and deep.
Deep down.
So I'd sort of had the same kind of thing. I'd had this really nice few days with family. I felt a lot better. So I finally got over this goddamn chest infection. It's still lingering a bit, but I feel a lot better. I've managed to sleep lying down rather than propped up.
Praise the Lord.
Yes.
Praise the Lord that you can
It's those little wins for me. Yeah, it's the little wins that I can now lie down rather than sitting up like a complete weirdo, like a zombie, with my, like the flight pillows you get on the aeroplanes.
Did you wear a neck pillow?
Yes. Because
so that your head wouldn't flop over.
Yeah, so if you've ever got cold chest infections where you have to sleep sitting up, use one of those neck pillows because otherwise you get head flop, don't you? And then you get the sore neck.
Oh, and do you know what? I think you can even get, I've not got one myself, but I've heard of people talk, you can get these neck pillows that have got like a little fan in them as well.
Oh.
Someone was telling me about this. This is a whole nother conversation.
Do you know what? No, this is good because teaming a neck pillow with your night sweats, which is what I've had as well, ain't good. So that's a brilliant invention.
Yeah, we were talking about this. We were talking about this at work on whatever day of the week it was that I can't possibly tell you because of the 4-day weekend. And it was myself and one of my colleagues, and we were in a meeting with our boss, who we're getting to know. She's been our boss maybe for like not even a year. We're getting to know her. And my God, did we all get to know each other in this call, because we were literally sat in this meeting room, somehow got into this whole conversation about sleeping naked, which is a whole topic for discussion another day.
Let's discuss that now. I want to know.
She'll know who she is, and I know she listens to this, and she'll be cackling away to herself when she listens to this. So we had this whole conversation, I don't know how it came about sleeping naked. Now, I can't cope with this.
Absolutely
Never in my life have I been a naked sleeper. So I'm a pyjama sleeper. Regardless of season, the difference is the pyjamas get smaller, i.e. in the winter it's a thick, warm, fluffy pyjama.
Yeah.
When we start getting in, when we're in like autumn or spring, we're talking about a less heavy pyjama, but a pyjama nonetheless. And then when we get into like the summer, it will be shorts and t-shirt type pyjama. Yeah. With pants.
Always pants.
With pants.
Yeah.
I cannot get my head round anyone that sleeps with less than that on.
Yeah, because we've had this, like memories are coming back now, because we have got friends that we've had this conversation with before that are naked sleepers.
Yeah.
And I remember we kind of came to the conclusion that because we've both sort of
I know it's
hated our bodies so much, and I just think for good reason in my scenario, because things flop to the side.
Things flap and flop around.
I don't want to see that. I certainly don't want anybody else to see that.
Do you mean if you roll over and they clap
position
together? They clap and they're kind of sideways, pointing outwards, and we know what we're talking about here. There's nothing attractive about that or comfortable.
No. Yes, but particularly with like night sweats and stuff, like you're going to get a sweaty boob cleavage. You're going to get
I'd get tit flatulence if that was me, wouldn't I? Like we all know what happens to my armpits, like bi-weekly at the moment. That would happen there.
Yeah.
So if I don't have enough left anymore, that it would do this kind of clapping.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know how
anyone does
Don't
it.
get me started on the bottom half.
Well, so if I'm having the hot sweats at night, my go-to thing is I pull the pyjama bottoms off.
Yeah, but you've still got pants
Still got the pants on, still got the top on. That's as far as I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, same here. No, I can't even get into it. No pants, having that, no.
But some people are the complete opposite, and they don't feel comfortable with anything on.
No,
so they have to be naked.
And that's okay for them.
Yeah.
I never want to sleep in a bed with any of them, which I think is what the conversation then turned round to with myself, my colleague and my boss. It somehow went from someone sleeping naked, I can't sleep naked. My boss then starts talking about this neck fan. That's where that came from.
Right, yeah,
And in the end, it all turned into, well, we're not going to go on a business trip for a night away together, the three of us, are we?
It's not going to work.
Especially sharing a room.
Yeah.
Because I'm the shortest and would end up in the middle of these two women with all sorts flapping around. So, yeah. Anyway.
Our posts sort of like when we've been out on nights out or we've been away and we've had to share beds, that would look very different if we were naked sleepers, wouldn't it? Yeah, no, good that we're both on that same vibe of a full pyjama.
I think so.
Yeah.
And like you, if I get really hot, I could take the pyjama bottoms off. But I don't like my inner thighs touching each other when I'm asleep. I find it really upsetting.
Yeah.
I like that. So I end up putting like a hand, but I don't know. I don't like that feeling of.
Or
like,
people do
clammy.
a pillow, don't they? It's better for your hips and your knees.
So naked
stuff.
sleeping. Is that a peri thing? Is it a menopause thing? When does it start? When does it stop? Really intrigued to know what other people do.
Yeah.
I'd love to know.
Please let us know.
Please
everyone.
tell us what we need, like a sleeping
Are you
naked poll.
team naked or team pyjama?
Do you think it makes people have more sex? This is not a question I asked at that point because I didn't think it was appropriate, although I'm going to ask it. And yes, you know who you are and you're getting the question when I see you after you've listened to this. But do you think it makes people feel more sexual if they're naked together?
After what we've just spoken about?
Highly unlikely.
Absolutely not. No. I think this is where you would need some nice lingerie or something. I don't want two pointy clappers.
Or flappers.
Yeah, or flappers.
No clappers or flappers.
No, thank you.
In our beds.
No, thank you. No, it's not for me. It's not for me.
It's not for me.
It's not for anybody else either, let's face it.
My
I
husband
can't
doesn't
do
sleep
that.
naked either.
Yeah. No.
No, yours likes a man PJ as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What a straight-laced bunch we are.
Aren't we? Aren't we?
God.
But no, I mean, I've always, that's not a Peri thing for sure with me. I've always been like that.
I just find it a really
'cause of
fascinating...
body issues and stuff as well.
Is it a body issue thing? Yeah, I just find it really, really fascinating.
I'm guessing you have to be, fairly confident in your own body to not feel those things. Maybe we're the unusual ones.
Maybe,
who knows?
but even if I was on my own and completely lived in isolation, I'm offended so much by myself that I wouldn't want to see myself naked.
Yes.
I'd get up in the night to go to the toilet, and if there was a mirror and started frightening the shit out of myself.
So here we go. So this is like the coming back onto the self-loathing bit. So you had this week you've gone really, really low. I also went very low at the beginning of this week. Fine now. Are you okay now?
Oh, absolutely hunky-dory,
cool,
of course.
because I'm fine now as well. But yeah, had that. And I suppose this is the waves that we go through on this. So you went really low. I then obviously followed you because I have to copy everything that you do. So
because
I
we've
decided
got one brain,
that
two pigs, one brain.
So I decided that I was going to go very low, but in a slightly different way. So mine was a little bit of self-hatred. I remember saying to you on one of our messages, saying, I just feel like this shit person. I don't do enough for anybody. And it was that. And I think as women, we put a lot on ourselves, don't we? And you want to do as much as you can for people, and you spread yourself too thin, and you perhaps unnecessarily sort of punish yourself if you feel like you're not doing enough. And I think that's probably because I've not been well, so I've been a bit useless at home, and I've, but, you have to recover, don't you, from these things? So I've not done as much as I should be doing.
Yeah.
And it's just turned into this hormone thing in my brain has just now taken me on a complete journey of self-loathing because of it.
That's that
weird.
over-analysing thing.
Yes.
Because, like you said, as women, we do tend to do a lot. We are those carers. We're not the same as we once were when it came to how women stayed at home and men went to work. And for all the feminists out there, we know that everyone's got different perspectives. But I think for a lot of people, certainly that I know, or a majority, us girls do still tend to take on the majority of the kind of cleaning and tidying the house, getting the washing done, or even if the husbands or the partners or whoever else are taking part in it, it's probably because you've given them an instruction or a request to do so. It's not just kind of off their own back. So we naturally do those things. And then when we're not very well, or we're really overwhelmed and busy with something else, when we then don't meet that target of doing those things, we think that we're doing something wrong or we've let someone down.
Yeah.
No, we haven't. We just haven't done something that's not actually, nobody in the world, there's not a law written that says Veronica Pig's jobs are,
yes,
and there's all these things, and if you don't do this, you're a bad person. We put that on ourselves.
And I think it goes back to that the sandwich effect that we spoke about on previous episodes of this time of life where you've got people relying on you
and
from
you've
all
had that
directions.
more lately.
Absolutely, with poorly parents and things like that. So it's and for other people, you've got kids, relying on you. You've now got parents relying on you, and you're in this middle bit of life where everyone kind of needs
you can't do it all.
Yeah.
So you've had to give more to, say, your parents, which means you've given less to your husband.
Yeah.
And
then when you're not well and you can't do all of those things. So yeah.
So you can't even do stuff for yourself at that point, can you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually, my response to you was, oh my God, are you joking? You're one of the kindest, most thoughtful, generous people, and you're always doing stuff for everyone. I couldn't even consider thinking of going, oh my God, you're a bad person. But totally get how everyone can say the nicest things to you and tell you this stuff.
Yeah. And I was just about to say, well, you're lying. You're lying then because
You're
that's not true.
Yeah.
Nothing anyone says to you will bring you out
Can't
of that,
take a compliment.
will
No.
it?
You just think, oh, you're just trying to pacify me because I'm an angry pig.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to calm me down.
Exactly.
But you're not a bad person at all, far from it.
Well, thank you. I mean, I don't feel like it now. And it is it does pass. Again, it always passes.
Yes.
But you do have these, roller coasters of going up and down. And it got me on to sort of thinking about, we can obviously, so we shared that with each other this week. You messaged me and was saying that you're on a real low point. I then messaged and I was like, yeah, no, I feel awful. And we sort of have those discussions between the two of us. And then we discuss it here as well. So I'm sort of interested in other people that don't have this, because we were saying with friendships and stuff, we happen to be at this exact same point in our lives. Other friends that we've got friends that are younger than us, friends that are older than us. And for those people that have been through this before us, and I'm sure we all kind of have those people that are way ahead of us in this journey. And I kind of looked back, from years ago before we became the Peri-Pigs. And I remember people we knew clearly going through this and going through these cycles of being miserable, angry, upset, emotional, not very nice people to be around. And I had no idea that it was because of this. And now they're through the other side of it and they've changed back to being, they're somewhat
more level-headed.
Yes. And now I'm in it. I can go, oh, wow, that's what was going on. You were totally in the middle of this. But the difference is they didn't tell us about it.
No, there was no discussion. There was no them saying...
So we didn't know.
And we didn't know, or we hadn't really thought about it because we hadn't been through it to be able to relate to it, to even go, I wonder if there's... I would always stop and I always look for the good in people. So when someone is acting in a bit of a way, especially if it's out of character or whatever, I am that person that will give people the benefit of the doubt. And I'll be like, I wonder if there's something not quite right with them to be like behaving like that or whatever. But that didn't strike me at the time. It was just...
and you just think, God, they're just being like, what's wrong with them? They're being so angry. So the other thing that I've had recently as well, so we could probably put this as a symptom of the week a little bit, is I'm not that... I've always been like a going outer, like I love being out with people. I love socialising. I love meeting new people.
Always been... You were always the more the merrier person.
Absolutely.
What would start off as a night out for 2 would end up as a night out for 10.
Yeah, always loved that. And I always I loved those opportunities of, like going to a wedding and or a hen do and you meet people that you don't know and you can chat to them.
You love questioning people
yes.
in a nice way. You love to go to know all about someone. You're very much like that,
Q&A.
aren't you?
Well, goodbye that old version of Veronica Pig and hello new Veronica Pig, because I'm not that person anymore.
No.
I've really changed, and it's like, you're obviously my safe person where I can go and do things with because we know each other so well and I don't have to explain any kind of mood or anything like that to you because we're on that same level. And same with our other, our wider sort of circle of friends as well. There's those and we've spoken about safe
handful
people
of close,
before.
Safe people that you can be anything around and it's okay.
The prospect of going out with new people really frightens me.
Or trigger people.
Yes, or people that trigger you.
Because I've got trigger people that I go on the defence before I've even gone out, or that person makes me anxious, or that person has a way of maybe I end up not feeling very good about myself for whatever reason. Yeah.
Because you're just, and this is the whole personality change where it's who am I now? Because I used to really enjoy doing those things. And now I've kind of not so much gone back into my shell, because when I am out, I have a great time. We have a blast, don't we? But I just won't put myself in those sort of vulnerable situations anymore, which is that makes me feel a bit rubbish as well, that I can't do it because it's too overwhelming. And so that sort of got me on to thinking about, have we been those people where we've kind of forced friends out when they've been feeling like this and we didn't realise because this was pre-us being Peri, and then we've kind of been those awful friends that didn't understand. And this is why it's so important to talk about it and tell each other and let pass this message down, ladies.
Yeah, pass it on.
Pass it down so the younger lot know what's coming or why you're being like it, and you'll probably get a lot more, not sympathy, but, understand empathy.
I think it's empathy. I have been that person, and I can certainly reflect on this because I can remember being on holiday with a friend of mine, and she was that bit older than me and was probably going through exactly like our situation at that point in time, thinking about our age and probably what age she was back then. And I can remember going on holiday, as we did, as a duo. We'd spend the day around the pool, do whatever, go and get changed, go for dinner, have a couple of glasses of wine, maybe watch the entertainment. And by the time I've had 2 or 3 glasses of wine, I'm like that. I'm ready to party. I love it. That's it. Once I'm in, I'm all in, as you well know. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, let's go somewhere else, let's go out. And then they didn't want to. And I don't believe I put pressure on that person, But I probably was I probably sulked a bit maybe, because I'm there thinking, I want to go out, we're on holiday, and you don't want to go out, you just want to go to bed. And I remember this person getting upset and sort of crying, but rather than them explaining to me how they were truly feeling about at that point, now I look back and think, I bet I could tell them, I bet I could write down exactly what you were feeling. You were feeling unattractive, you were tired, you weren't feeling very sociable, all those things you've just said.
Yeah.
But rather than them explaining that, it was just...
It came out in
a different way. It was all fine, but I certainly didn't understand that situation.
Yeah.
One, because I was like, why? It's 10 o'clock at night and we're on holiday. Wow, 10 o'clock at night, I'm normally in bed now. So I get it, but I didn't get it, like you said, because that person at that point in time had never turned around to me and said, I think I'm really struggling with my hormones. I think there's something going on. They never opened up.
No. And that's why it's so important to be open and honest about it and be a bit vulnerable, isn't it? And I think we've had other situations where our older friends have literally, I remember getting told off. We've been told off before. So like when we've been on nights out and come back and then, carried on the party, and those friends that were older than us, and now we know they were going through this.
Or we assume.
Yeah.
It's glaringly bloody obvious. But yeah.
Would tell us off because we were being too loud, and they just wanted to go to bed, and it's like now, like you say, that would be us, and going, I just want to go to bed because you haven't slept in a week, or, enough is enough, or you're in pain, or unwell, or whatever it is.
Or passed out on the floor or vomiting.
Absolutely, yeah. We can't exclude those things as well, because that can happen still. But yeah, it's just, it's funny casting your mind back, isn't it? And going, oh, wow, we had no idea what was in store for us. Why didn't they blooming tell us?
They didn't even think to warn us, did they? So, I think we need to, consider warning those that are following suit behind us, because... If you prepare yourself and kind of all these different nuances that come with it, when it starts happening, you won't like it. I'm not going to ease you in. You won't like it. But if you understand it a little bit, I think that's what we've had to do. And again, you've said this yourself, because I was a little bit, whilst I'm only 2 years older than you, I started going through it. Mind you, you're the same age as I was when I started going through it, though. Yeah, because I was about 40 and you're going through, and what are you 40?
43?
43?
43.
43?
I think so. So you get to an age and you have to think about it, don't you? You actually forget.
43 this year?
I'm 43 this year, yeah.
I was going to say.
It's coming.
Right, yeah. So I started really going through it when I was sort of 40. You was probably a little bit behind,
Oh, I felt like I hit 40 and everything happened all at once.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. We talked about this before, didn't we? All that happened to me, and in lockdown was mine, which just completely floored me, wasn't it? I really didn't understand what the bloody hell was going on, because I was literally locked indoors like a flipping wild animal whilst trying to deal with it. It's crazy. So yeah, I think back to the self-care, which is where this all started, it's not been quite where I want it to be.
Yeah.
And I think I felt a bit overwhelmed this week. Again, don't know why, because after the very low mood on the Sunday, I was when I was scrolling on my phone then, by the way, I was literally looking for our messages to see what it is that we'd sent each other about how we were feeling. And I'd messaged you, because we like to message each other and talk about what time we woke up and did we have a good night's sleep, because that's our biggest conversation point is sleep, which is hilarious. My answer was, my sleep was pretty good, thanks. However, I was in an awful, in capital letters, mood yesterday. Proper low and miserable, hated myself, hated the world. But I've made myself get up today and go to the gym, and I'm feeling much better. And then I'm going to do some gardening. How are you feeling today? Yours is, then you told me about your busy day, blah, blah, blah. Something had triggered the dog. I don't know at what point you've told me that you were having a bad day. I'm trying to find it now. I don't know, did you message? You must have talked about it on the phone, because I can't see it on messages. But it's fascinating, isn't it, how we went from Sunday to being absolutely miserable, hating myself. You think you're a terribly bad person that does nothing for anybody. Yeah. And yet on Monday, there I was, hour session in the gym, went home, made some lovely breakfast, did some gardening, made some homemade burgers for dinner. I had a wonderful time.
It is, it's the
makes
sort
me
of...
feel like a psycho.
It is, it's like the polarness of it, isn't it? Of being
Yes.
really quite high, then really quite low.
Utter extremes. It
Yeah.
makes me feel like I'm a little bit... I feel deranged because I feel like this split personality for an onlooker that doesn't understand these things, i.e. your husband. I mean, thank God he's okay-ish about it, but I literally... he has got 2 wives. He literally has 2 wives.
He's got a pig,
Hence,
and then
he's got Penelope Pig,
yeah.
and then he's got the other wife whose name cannot be mentioned. So, yeah, it's utterly mad. So I think that the symptoms this week is definitely like the kind of the overwhelm and the self-hatred, low mood. That's definitely a thing.
So how do we like get through? So you just have to ride the wave and just wait for these things to pass?
You have to be able to go, and I can do this to a degree, and we do it with each other. In the moment, I feel like I can't bear this. I can't cope with feeling like this anymore. I've had times, and I'm happy to admit that I've thought I don't want to be here anymore because I cannot feel the way I'm feeling right now.
Oh, it gets that
I'd rather
bad.
go to sleep and never wake up, and I've got that bad.
Yeah.
I'll be really open and honest about that. Now I've got to the point that I feel like that now, and I can tell myself this is only temporary. Just get through today with whatever you need to do. And if that means you've got to sit on the sofa with your blanket and eat your body weight in chocolate, just go with it. Because tomorrow's going to be different. And tomorrow was different. And then we go again. And I know that you're the same.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing that we can do, though, which helps me, is I will pick up my phone and just message you, regardless of what we're doing, and go, oh my God, I'm feeling really absolutely fucking shite today. Because I can tell you that feeling. I can't necessarily tell anybody else, but I can tell it and you'll read it and go,
and you
oh,
don't
okay,
need to
I get where you're at.
explain it any further
No.
because say you would say that to someone that's not going through this, they'd perhaps try and get to the bottom of it.
Why?
Well,
What's going on?
What's going on? There doesn't have to be a reason. You're just feeling shit that day.
Yeah.
And you're just feeling low. And it
I just
might
need to
only
tell
be for the next
someone.
hour. You might be all right in the next hour.
I just need someone else to tell me that it's going to be okay,
Yeah.
like much like you do.
Yeah.
And then it was okay.
So
and
to
then,
all of our Peri-Pigs out there, it's going to be okay.
it's just temporary. So if
It
you're feeling
is.
like that today, hopefully tomorrow you won't feel like it. Sometimes it can last 2 days.
Yeah.
But just tell someone.
Yeah.
Tell us. That's what we're here for.
That's it. Send us your comments or send us your
Tell us your symptom of
your
the week.
woes.
Tell us your woes. So talking about symptoms and woes then, have you had any rage this week? Because I was raging over spam callers, and much to my disappointment,
You've
I've
not
not
had
been
any.
spam called this week,
Oh,
which is
no.
I've been waiting
Yes,
tentatively.
you've been looking forward
I've
to
been
that,
really looking
haven't
forward
you?
to the spam callers this week. Clearly, all the spam callers in the network, in the world, have messaged each other and said, don't even bother, she's mental.
Maybe they listened.
So maybe
heard.
they've realised that approach with caution.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had no spam
So you have
callers.
to direct your rage box at somebody else then.
Yeah. The only rage I've really had this week is I've been ragey at my husband because he just took longer than necessary to allow me to get to you.
Yeah.
Because he's selfish.
He is selfish for that.
Selfish.
Sorry, I can't
And he's
defend
jealous.
him. Yeah.
He needs to get a grip.
We've got busy evening ahead of us, haven't we?
We have. How about you? What's gripped your shit this week?
So mine, I would say, looking back on it,
It's going to be irrational, isn't it?
it's probably a little bit irrational, but I went full, like if when you go to the fun fair and you hit the strongman thing and you hit the bell with the big hammer and then it goes up and
Right, yeah. Did
rings
you go
the bell.
ding, ding, ding?
Yes.
Oh, wow. On
And so
who?
this was over a Vinted purchase. So I purchased some items for our up and coming holiday on Vinted because I'm obsessed with it and I just can't pay.
Right, you were going to do the podcast in your bikini. I'm not seeing a bikini. I'm seeing a lovely jumper and jeans right now.
And ripped jeans. Yeah, so it was some swimwear, which I've never got because I ordered said swimwear, as you do. So on Vinted, you hit buy, so you see it, you hit buy, you purchase it, and then it asks you if you want it delivered to a pickup point or if you want it delivered to your home. And so I selected delivered to my home, and it takes the payment and off we go. And then I get a message from the Vinted seller, and from her profile, I think she's probably a fellow pig, so I'm gonna perhaps give her some allowances for her behaviour.
Like we did with the lady in the Valentine's card in Sainsbury's. We had to kind of... Right, OK.
But
so
whilst
a bit of
this was
empathy's come out
happening,
here.
there was no empathy.
Fine.
But then she messaged me and said, I don't have a printer, so can you please send me a digital label? And so I replied back and I said, hi, because that's one thing that really annoys me. It annoys me at work, or when people don't say hello at the start of their message, or, you know, when they just go straight into it. I hate it. I think it's so rude.
Or someone goes, all.
Yeah.
Or just, very unfriendly.
Hate it. That's a rage. That's a
that
that's
gets
a
on
trigger.
my nerves.
That's an absolute trigger for me.
huge.
So anyway, so she's messaged me demanding that I send her a digital label. I have no capability to do that. I've just purchased the item.
You're the purchaser.
Yeah.
You don't
so as the seller, you have to download it yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to pick, as the seller, do you have a printer or do you want a digital one? And you go through that process. And as I sell things, I know this very well. So I politely replied to her fairly harsh message of her demands, and I explained that you should be able to take it to the drop-off point or, you know, the shop or wherever you've selected, and then you should be able to scan your QR code or your barcode and they'll print the label there for you. I hope that helps. And then she came back to me again saying, I don't have a printer, you need to resend it. And so I got into this conversation where I was basically trying to train.
You were training her?
I was training.
How to be a seller on Vinted?
Yes.
Whilst trying to purchase
Whilst she was being,
her.
I felt unnecessarily rude to me, and she wasn't listening to what I was saying. But what I wanted to say is, you stupid cow, you're the one that's got this wrong. It's nothing to do with me. And so I was going, oh, if you can't download the digital label or the QR code, you need to contact Vinted support and they'll help you. Because I've had it myself. Sometimes you get glitches and it goes wrong and you have to contact Vinted support. So anyway, in the end, she cancelled my order.
What?
She cancelled my order.
She cancelled Veronica Pig?
Yes, she did.
Ooh,
she cancelled my
brave.
order. And then she said, I've had to cancel the order. You can reorder it if you wish, but please send a digital label next time. I was so yes. My husband was driving at the time and I was the passenger, thank God. Because if this was, you know, like when you get the messages through and it, like your phone reads it out over your car.
Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah, it wouldn't have ended well. Yeah, so I was then sort of raging at him because I was just like, it was the injustice that she still thought it was my fault and she thought I was being the silly one and not getting it. And I know 100% that it was the problem. The issue was with her. Or it was with, you know, something had gone wrong with
And you just wanted to buy something. You were trying to give her your money.
Yes. And so out of utter sheer principle, I was like, I'm never buying from this person ever again. If I could have blocked her, I would have in the moment. But then, again, I came out of it. It took a good... I'm not going to lie, it took a good 24 hours for me to calm down from this. Because I was still thinking about it.
I can't imagine.
I do tend to hang on to things, don't I?
Only for 24 hours?
Yeah.
Or your grudges? No, you have grown out of grudges.
Yeah.
That's one thing that you've got better at, actually.
Do you think?
As you've matured.
So 24 hours is quite good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is actually for me, isn't it? So, yeah, so I was thinking about it and raging about it, but I thought I refuse to get into an argument about this with this person
when you
that's
know
not
you're
getting it. But it was just her tone. I didn't appreciate her tone of basically she wouldn't have it that it was the issue wasn't with me and that I don't send the digital label. It's not down to me. I have no capability to do it. You cannot do it as a buyer. Anyway, so yeah, and then I kind of thought, like looking at her profile, I thought, because my husband said, is it like a kid or something? And they just don't understand. And I was like, no, because the style of swimwear I was buying was definitely not a young person's. You know, it was... And you can see their picture and stuff.
No.
It was, nice and decent swimwear that covers it all. Yeah, absolutely. And and then I thought, well, maybe perhaps she's just a Peri-Pig, and she's got all confused.
Got to give people
and she's hating on me right now. But I'm gonna, and so I'm gonna give her that.
I'm
gonna just let her think
slagging you off.
Yeah. She's got no right to.
No, she's
got no right to. Because she was wrong.
You are right. See,
and I kept my composure, and I kept it like very polite. That's what was upset to me. I was being very polite.
You're very good. You're very
her.
wordy like that. You're very good. And obviously, I'm going to stick up for you because
Thank
I
you.
love you more than anything in the whole world. And there's no way that I would ever consider that you're wrong. However, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I'm not a Vinted purchaser nor a seller. I don't need to be because you are my purchaser.
Well, I just buy it for you.
You just buy stuff for me. So I don't know the rights and wrongs, but I'm very confident.
I'm telling you, it was 100%. I was 100% right on this.
You could all see the face right now. You could all see this face.
But I think, and it just sums it up, doesn't it? Perhaps she was in that rage moment. Perhaps she was in that low point, and she just thought, "Why is this not working? It can't possibly be me.
Why have I got 3,000 items still being advertised on Vinted yet I've sold nothing?"
Yeah. Because these silly buyers won't send me a label, and it's like, no, it's so. Yeah, I'm giving her some grace, and I think I'm going to forgive.
Well
at
done.
this point. I'm going to forgive.
We're going to forgive this week.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm going to say, if you're out there, and if by any chance you're listening, I forgive you.
Yeah.
And I understand if perhaps this was a rage moment for you, and you were being a little bit unreasonable. Then, let's go with that.
We get it. Do you still want the item if she's listening?
Oh, no, she's dead to me now. No. Perhaps I was lying about the forgiveness thing.
Yeah, we'll ask you again
It's still
tomorrow.
there. No, I'm still hurt, aren't I? I'm still hurt by this.
Oh, my God, I love it. That's so funny. So, like, other than like the bit of rage, the overwhelm, all the little symptom stuff we've got, like, what's been good this week? Because we often talk about all the things that we struggle with, or that we think other people are struggling with, and we want to help people by solutionising. What can we do to get over things? But there has to be good things. Like what's good?
Okay, well, for me, it has to be that I'm feeling a lot better from my chest infection. So that's a win. I think for me, I always look forward to this. I always look forward to talking it out and sharing this. And so, that's always going to be my high point of the week. But I think surviving it, isn't it? You've not stayed in that low, neither of us have stayed in that low place.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's probably the win.
Pulling yourself out of that is...
And some people can't. You know, some people, this hits them bad and you stay in that place for much longer.
You do. And I think...
We're the lucky ones in that, yes, we're getting these really low moments, low days, but they're passing quite quickly. Maybe there's other people out there where this goes on a lot longer.
They probably do, and I know I've had spells it's gone on longer. I think that the advice and the help that we can give to anybody is find yourself a fellow pig like us and have someone that you can chat it through with, because ultimately, without making light of it, we do end up laughing about it a lot of the time because we're reflectors, aren't we? And we can look back and go like that. Like we realise on reflection that we maybe were unreasonable, whatever. I think for me, when I was in that state on Sunday, I know myself now. You've got to get to know yourself. So I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and have a bath, put on my seasonal pyjamas, depending on what level of thickness or what level of hormones I'm in that is appropriate. And I decide I'm going to take myself off to bed early, take myself away from the world.
Close yourself off.
I say to the husband, the classic, it's not you, it's me. A little bit of it's him. It is him. I hate him.
They can take some of the blame, can't they?
But I will say, I know it's me. I'm self-aware. I'm going to bed and I'm going to sleep and I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym. And that I know works, even if I don't want to bloody well go.
Yeah.
Once I'm there, I know that works and that's what kind of worked.
Good.
So that was cool. And then it's been, just a bit of a busy week at work with all sorts going on.
Yeah. Good advice, Penelope Pig.
Yeah.
And
I
think
something.
you've kind of been, it's 5 years, you're 5 years into this now, so you've got to have some kind of words of wisdom, and that's good, and I like hearing that, because it's like,
I won't, I was probably one of the people that you've said, and it's not blaming people saying that they not everyone can just bring yourself out of this stuff, but I have learnt ways of bringing it, but it's taken a long time to learn it. Yeah. It's a bit of a test and learn.
That's it.
But because I've probably braved talking about it more. Now we talk about it so regularly.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
We message every morning. It's the first thing we do in the morning.
On an obsessional level, but it really, really does help, doesn't it? So
we start the day with that. How are you? How was your sleep? How are you feeling? And we'll give each other a bit of a bloody pep talk. and off
it.
we go. And then we'll message later on in the evening and go, how are you?
Yeah.
How's your day been?
So, Peri-Pigs out there, tell us how you're doing.
Message
we want to
us.
know. We want to know. So if you don't have another pig in your life that you can do what we do with,
We're your pigs.
drop us a message, leave us a comment, like and subscribe, and yeah, tell us how you're doing. And
Yeah.
if you want us to talk about anything, or
We'd love to know your
through it.
symptoms of the week.
Yeah.
Tell us your rage stories. Like, just get it off your chest and get it out. Like, message us. You can drop us a DM on Instagram. You can drop us a message on Facebook. It doesn't have to be public on a post.
Yeah.
Let's share this a bit wider. Like, we've got some really good followers. We've got some comments coming in, but let's all get in this together. Like, that's what we're here for.
join the sty.
Join the sty,
Come and join the
people.
sty. Let's get muddy.
The dirtier, the better.
Yeah.
Let's be real about this.
Oh, it's been a good week then overall. Thanks for
Overall,
joining
yeah.
us, and oink oink.
Oink, oink.